Hey, good morning, Survival Litters. This is Mr. Gunderson. It's almost our last week of distance learning. We are coming down to the end of school, and it's a good feeling. We are coming into our last chapter of Buried in the Sky, and as you can see over my shoulder there, the sun is coming up, and it's just a beautiful morning. And yeah, let's get going on this. Okay, so one change I want to go over with you, and I'll talk about it here in a little bit, is if we go and look at May, um, so down here, let's see, we are right here, May 21st, reading chapter 15, the last chapter, Buried in the Sky. That is due on the 26th, okay? So these last 3 days, the 27th, 28th, and 29th, there's a video I'll go over in just a little bit. You're just going to watch the video. It's about 12 minutes long, and there's 5 questions, and that's it. This is your last assignment. You've got 2 assignments left, Chapter 15 and the K2 video. All right? And that's it. That's all you have left to do. June 1 and 2, you have no assignments. You're going to be turning in your iPads, and you're turning in this book. If you have one of those books that you borrowed before we went to distance learning, you need to turn that in, and that's going to happen on June 1st and 2nd. That's a Monday and a Tuesday. Okay? All right. So let's get in and let's talk about Chapter 15. All right, here we go. So let's get into Chapter 15 and go over kind of what to expect for this chapter. Chapter is called The Next Life. This is everything after our characters, our people, our climbers get off the mountain. All right, so section 1. There's a lot of different sections in this chapter. I think there's like 8 different sections, but they're short sections. All right, so section 1. There's a press conference is being held back in Islamabad. A fight breaks out as different people try to point fingers at who was to blame for the tragedy on K2. Punches were thrown, and there's lots of shouting. Mr. Kim goes after Wilco. Yeah, all kinds of hijinks ensue. In section 2, Cheering treks back home from K2. He goes home to see his wife. He walks in. His brother and his dog is there, but no wife. She's gone. So she was not happy when he decided to go to K2, and she's not happy now. In section 3, the flying jump pays Big Pasang's widow $5,000. Pasang Lama, Pasang was rescued by Cheering, becomes an outcast in his family. They said that they accuse him of saving himself and not Jumik or Big Pasang. Pasang wasted his earnings on cheap alcohol to dull his pain. He was very depressed and upset and sad, and he just drank himself. And then he took a job to climb with the flying jump. They were going out to another 8,000 peak mountain to climb, and he took a job with them. In section 4, it talks about a number of the other climbers. A lot of them do interviews with the media. So it talks about Nick Rice, Cass Van de Gevel, Cecily, who is coming home without her husband. Remember, Rolf died on the mountain. Marco, he kind of becomes a star back in Italy. And then Pemba Gelji, who was one of the Sherpas, climbed with the Dutch team with Wilco and Jer and those guys. And he really became a big star from this whole thing because of the things that he did, the heroism that he showed. He was nicknamed the Savior. He was on the cover of National Geographic magazine. Section 5, Cheering's rescue of Pasang goes largely unnoticed in the media. They focus mostly on the rescue of the Western climbers, like Marco, like Wilco. But Cheering's rescue, which is an amazing rescue of Pasang, isn't really talked much about. There's a documentary film that's made to show Jer's heroism, and that documentary is called The Summit. Now, if we would have been in school, we would have watched that documentary called The Summit. It is on YouTube, though. So if you want to go find it on YouTube, by all means, go find it, watch it on YouTube. Pasang suffered with survival guilt. He didn't know what to do. So, Cheering stepped in and invited him to go climbing. And in a way, Cheering saved Pasang again. Section 6 deals with the families who lost climbers and their suffering. Mostly it focuses on the Sherpas and the Pakistani high altitude porters, um, and the communities, that they helped out the widows and whatnot. Section 7 deals with Cheering's wife, Dawa, and how she dealt with the tragedy of K2 and the idea that she may never see her husband again. She returned home to Cheering and life got back to normal. So that relationship came back to normal. Dawa made a deal with Cheering is that he can climb, but he has to stay away from the dangerous mountains. And then the last section. Cheering and Pasang are at base camp of Makalau, another 8,000 meter mountain. They're climbing with some, I believe it was Swedish climbers. Pasang admitted to thoughts of death. Okay, so Pasang is thinking about, had been thinking about suicide. Pasang, actually they're up at the summit and Pasang slips and starts falling down the mountain, starts falling. And for about a second he thought about just letting himself fall. But then he stopped himself and he said he didn't want to miss out on this life. Pasang wants to live and he sets a goal to climb every 8,000 meter peak. And that's kind of where things end. All right, so we're back here. Now let's go down and take a look. As you can see, the sun went behind some dang clouds. That's all right. So let's go down and take a look. Again, chapter 15 is going to be just like all the other chapters. Read the chapter, answer the questions, and away you go. Now, so that last thing, that video, you guys don't have it yet, and I'll make it available probably at the end of this week. You guys can get it done early if you want to get it done before Memorial Weekend or whatever. But this is what it looks like. Okay, so here's the video. Now, this is actual footage from 2008 from K2, and it was shot by Wilco. Okay, so this video right here, the K2 Expedition 2008 Triumph and Tragedy, this is made by Wilco van Rooyen, the Dutch expedition leader. Wilco was prominently talked about in the book, as we all know. So this is what you're going to see in this video is actual real footage of Wilco climbing. You're going to see Lars, and you'll see Rolf. You'll see Jer. They'll talk to Jer. I don't know if you see Cecily or not. But yeah, it's real footage of them being on K2 in 2008 during the climb up. Now, of course, they don't show much of the climb down because they're in survival, big time survival mode. So it's actually pretty cool. So watch the video, and then there's 5 questions here. Answer the 5 questions. You can answer them underneath here or whatever. But answer the 5 questions. Do it on a PDF or do it in a Google Doc and submit it into the assignment, however you want to do it. But answer the 5 questions based on the video. So that assignment is due on May 29th. This is the last assignment that you have. All right. One last thing. These students have books that need to get turned in. So 4th hour, I have Jake, Isaac, Caden H, Ryan, Tyler, Jaden, and Miguel. You guys all took books before we left. You need to make sure that during that June 1 and 2, when you drop off your iPads, that you are also dropping off the book. I 100% expect everybody to turn their books in, or I will be charging you money. Okay? 5th hour, Eli, Kayla, Emily, Taylor, Dom, and Chloe. You all have books to turn in as well. Do that when you turn in your iPads. All right, folks, that's all I got for you. Take care of business. Finish the school year strong. You got 2 assignments left, Chapter 15 and then the Wilco video, and that's it. Okay? If you have any questions, you have any concerns, whatever, get a hold of me, contact me. Otherwise, take care of yourself, take care of your friends, and take care of your family. All right, see you later.